Hello. Welcome to Only the Truth, a true crime podcast by Maureen Meehan, author of the Mary MacIntosh legal thriller series. And today we are focusing on one of the most recent Mary MacIntosh novels, Gilgo Beach. I'm going to start this podcast with a couple reviews of this novel, which was just recently published. This review is by Alexis. It was completed February 2nd, 2025, so very recent, 5-star review. If you love true crime with a fictional twist, Gilgo Beach is an immediate must-read. It follows Mary MacIntosh, a fierce FBI consultant with a sharp mind and a complicated personal life. She's pulled back into the field to unravel the chilling case of Rex Heuermann, who seems to be an ordinary architect in Long Island, New York, but has a horrifying double life, which is true crime. If you're a fan of Gone Girl, you'll love this. It's got deep psychological profiling, gripping courtroom drama, and dark secrets hiding in plain sight. The story moves quickly, with twists that you'll be questioning yourself and everyone in the novel. Plus, there's a slow burn romance between Mac and a charming journalist that adds just the right spark. I would recommend this book for its gripping storyline, complex characters, and jaw-dropping reveals, perfect for crime junkies and thrill seekers. This next review is, again, another 5-star review by Charles Magiza, reviewed February 4th, 2025, so just this week. Gilgo Beach by Maureen Meehan is an exciting page-turner. I was drawn in from the first chapter and I couldn't put it down. Mary MacIntosh's passion and experience as a crime investigator and a prosecutor are fascinating in the way she solves yet another complex case. The author did an excellent job with plot development and world building. Reading to the story feels like being present at the scene and witnessing the events as they unfold. Moreover, Maureen's storytelling skills are top-notch as she balances professional investigation perfectly with romance to maintain professionalism while ensuring the story is not boring. The story flows naturally, and it is so suspenseful that you'll be thirsty with the desire to know what will happen next throughout the story. This is one of the best crime investigation books I have ever read. I enjoyed reading Gilgo Beach, a Mary MacIntosh novel, and I recommend it to everyone who loves crime investigation stories. Next review, Megan Brame from it was on February 5th. Maureen Meehan's Gilgo Beach masterfully creates a chilling atmosphere on Long Island and these serial killings that have recently been discovered. Based on real-life events, the novel follows the investigation into Rex Heuermann, a seemingly ordinary architect accused of murdering multiple young women. This man is married with 2 children and seems to live a normal life in New York, but he does not. When renowned FBI profiler John Douglas enlists the help of defense attorney Mary MacIntosh, their partnership ignites a thrilling and dangerous search for the truth. Meehan expertly captures the tension and suspense of the investigation, drawing readers into a dark underbelly of Long Island. As they delve deeper into the case, Mack and Douglas uncover a chilling portrait of a man who led a double life, meticulously planning his crimes while maintaining the facade of a respectable family man. Gilgo Beach is a gripping and suspenseful read that will leave readers breathless and haunted by the chilling reality of these crimes. So I'm going to kind of pivot. Here's the cover of Gilgo Beach, a Mary MacIntosh novel, a beach scene. And I want to first start with talking about the case itself. Gilgo Beach, this is my author's dedication. A Mary MacIntosh novel is dedicated to the victims of the serial killer Rex Heuermann. He is accused of killing at least 8 people and has been indicted for the murders of Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, Amber Costello, Maureen Brainard-Barnes, Jessica Taylor, and Sandra Costilla, and Valerie Mack. It is possible that he is responsible for a 2-year-old baby's murder and that of an unknown Asian man. The book is dedicated to all known and unknown victims of the Gilgo Beach murders. Logan Crawford gets the recognition of reminding me of the serial killer during our recent interview on his podcast, Spotlight on America. Logan is a man of many talents as an actor of Blue Bloods, House of Cards, and also investigative journalist, as well as the host of a very delightful podcast. And I want to tip my hat to him for encouraging me to craft yet another Mary MacIntosh novel. Rex Heuermann, the Gilgo Beach serial killer, is a 60-year-old architect from Long Island, New York, married with 2 children and by all accounts an intelligent, standout career and family man. One would never venture to guess that he would be arrested and arraigned for multiple counts of murder in the first degree. When Mary MacIntosh received the call from the FBI profiler, John Douglas, about the case, she was surprised that it had taken law enforcement so long to catch this serial killer. Mack and John talked at length about the facts of the case, and John asked Mack for assistance with the FBI because they believed that there were more victims of the Gilgo Beach murders, and the FBI wanted her help as a lawyer and as an expert profiler. As of January 16, 2025, Rex Heuermann was charged with the murder of the latest victim discovered, Valerie Mack, bringing the total number of his alleged victims to 7, confirmed, but it is believed that there are many more. Valerie Mack was a 25-year-old woman who worked as a sex worker, and there's a large gap in the discovery of the most recent victim. Jessica Taylor, one of the other victims, her dismembered remains were found in Manorville, New York in 2003, with additional remains discovered near Gilgo Beach in 2011. Her case fits the pattern of dismemberment, which is present in many of the Gilgo Beach cases. The odd thing about that is having body parts in 2 different parts of New York on Long Island is remarkable. That means he probably kept souvenirs in his house on Long Island and slowly over time got rid of the evidence. That is not a normal serial killer maneuver, which separates the grain from the shaft with Rex Heuermann. His case is pending, by the way, the most recent charges being last month, January of 2025. Case is probably going to trial sometime mid this year, and we will see what happens. But in Gilgo Beach, a Mary MacIntosh novel, I have written the ending the way I see how it should go. The Gilgo Beach murders and the investigations thereof have puzzled investigators for over a decade, largely because of the variety of remains found in the area, which suggests either a highly adaptable killer or multiple killers. Shannon Gilbert, a 25-year-old sex worker who disappeared in May of 2010 after running through Oak Beach screaming for help. Her disappearance prompted the search that uncovered the Gilgo 4. Her body was found in a marshy area a year later. Her death was officially ruled as likely accidental drowning, but an independent autopsy suggested strangulation. Some believe she encountered Heuermann or another killer that night. The Gilgo Beach killer, Rex Heuermann, was a monster, double life. And when his wife found out that he was responsible for this, she promptly divorced him and moved with the children to another state. Understandably so. Her reputation was ruined. He performed these crimes when she was out of town. He would wait till he was home with the children alone, and she would go out of town on business. And he had already meticulously planned these murders of mostly sex workers in the night, and he would go out and execute these crimes. And then slink back home, and the children would wake up for school or what have you, and he would act like nothing happened. That is a psychological profile that needs examining. And the FBI will be talking about Rex Heuermann for years, like they have been talking about the Zodiac killer and the Red Hands killers, because these cases remain unsolved. Gilgo Beach is solved to the extent that he's been charged, but still have a trial lurking in the foreground, and who knows what will happen at trial, whether they can actually link DNA to Rex Huermann. The prosecution has its burden of proof, and it's going to, beyond a reasonable doubt, is a tough burden to make for first-degree murder. So we will be waiting and seeing how this crime turns out in real life. But in the meantime, if you want to see how I solved it, Mary MacIntosh, that is, my protagonist, then I highly recommend you read Gilgo Beach, a Mary MacIntosh novel by Maureen and Meehan. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.